What if you had the power to be reborn every time you were defeated? That's the essence of Ikki the Phoenix, the saint who defies even death itself. In Saint Seiya, few things are as iconic as Ikki's return from the world of the dead, a scene that not only reinforces his indomitable spirit, but also proves that the phoenix is indeed eternal. But how does this return connect to the Seiyu's mythology, and why does it impact fans so deeply to this day? Come with me on this journey. Ikki has always been a different kind of bronze saint. While Seiya Shiryu, Hyoga, and Shun embodied hope and unity, Ikki carried an air of solitude and rebellion. His life was marked by abandonment, pain, and brutal training on Death Queen Island. There, he learned that survival meant fighting against everything and everyone. And it was precisely from that pain that his unshakable strength was born. But what truly makes Ikki unique is his bond with the phoenix, the mythical bird that rises from its own ashes. Whenever he seemed defeated, whenever his enemies thought they had won, he came back. That power became his signature. Ikki doesn't just survive, he returns stronger. One of the series' most iconic moments is precisely his comeback after being presumed dead. Who doesn't he remember? The shock of the gold saints and even his enemies when Ikki emerged surrounded by phoenix flames. That blazing aura, that unwavering stare, and that phrase that thundered like a storm. I am Ikki a Phoenix, the one who always returns. Impossible not to get chills. Narratively, Ikki represented something greater. He wasn't just a powerful saint. He was the symbol of resilience, the personification of the idea that there's always a second chance. For Shun, his younger brother, he was a protector. For his enemies, a nightmare. For fans, an inspiration. Here is a curious parallel. While the other saints relied on the strength of friendship or cosmic miracles, Ikki seemed to walk alone. He never needed anyone to rescue him. When he fell, he got up by himself. That created an aura of mystery and even fear around him. After all, how do you fight someone who simply can't be permanently defeated? That's where the phoenix mythology fits perfectly. In ancient myths, the phoenix was a creature that rose after death, a symbol of eternity. In Saint Seiya, Kurumada turned that legend into flesh and blood through Ikki. He wasn't just strong, he was immortal in spirit. And speaking of rebirth, let me open a quick parenthesis here. If Ikki lived today, protecting his home with the same survival instinct, he'd probably use the Ring Alarm Pro Kit smart home. Just imagine an intelligent, connected system watching over your house 24/7, ready to alert you within seconds. It's like having the Phoenix's resilience, but applied to your daily security. After all, if your home is your sanctuary, nothing's better than guarding it with cutting-edge technology. Back to Ikki. His return from the world of the dead was also a powerful narrative tool. Whenever the situation seemed hopeless, whenever the enemy seemed unbeatable, there came Ikki. It wasn't just reinforcement. He was the final blow, the unexpected turnaround, the flame that reignited hope. Kurumada knew this and used it to maximize dramatic impact. A perfect example is the battle against Shaka of Virgo. Even facing one of the most powerful saints, Ikki showed his indomitable essence. He was pushed to the limit, crossed death itself, but came back. And he didn't return just to fight. He returned to prove his determination transcended logic, life, and death. And maybe that's what connects Ikki so deeply with fans. Who hasn't felt defeated at some point in life? Who hasn't thought they couldn't get up again? Ikki reminds us that even when everything seemed lost, there's still hidden strength within us. His return from the world of the dead is a metaphor about never giving up, about believing in your inner flame. Another fascinating detail is how his relationship with Shun reinforces this symbolism. Ikki is the protective fiends, the older brother who bears pain so the younger doesn't have to. His comebacks weren't just personal triumphs, but also acts of love. He always rose again to be at Shan's side, even if he never said it aloud. And of course, we can't forget the visual impact. Every time Ikki returned, the phoenix flames consumed the screen. It was as if death itself was engulfed by fire. That aesthetic, along with his imposing clock, turned his scenes into unforgettable moments. Everyone watching knew when the phoenix appeared, something grand was about to happen. The phoenix never dies, and Ikki never stays down. He is proof that defeat is only temporary, that a fall is merely the prelude to ascension. Whether facing Hades, specters, gold saints, or any other enemy, his flame never went out. So, when we say Ikki returns from the world of the dead, we're not just talking about a plot device. We're talking about a philosophy, a message that transcends the screen and touches those who watch. He mirrors the inner strength we all carry, even when the world insists on knocking us down. So tell me, is the true power of the phoenix in its strength, or in the silent message that as long as there's will, no one can ever be truly defeated?